न तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणाम गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय, सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। We are discussing Yoga Vasistha Nirvana Prakaran second half and 71 chapter. In that we were talking about the dissolution of the creation which was there inside the golden rock. And Vasistha ji is narrating everything, how the dissolution takes place to Ramji. So, Vasistha ji explaining, भद्र सभी समुद्रों में एक अजीब सा दृश्य उपस्थित हो गया। समुद्र जल से अपने आश्रयभूत ईंधनों के विनाश की आशंका से महानल बड़वाग्नि महाअनल भयग्रस्त होकर छिप जाने लगे और पर्वतमालाओं के ऊपर जल मातंग स्थल मातंगों के साथ भिड़कर युद्ध करने में व्यस्त हो गए। Vasistha ji is explaining the process of dissolution. The water was agitated in the ocean and the ocean fire Badabagni. It was afraid of the water becoming agitated and it was trying to hide somewhere and छिप जाने लगे। and पर्वतमालाओं के ऊपर जल मातंग और स्थल मातंग के बीच में युद्ध होने लग गया। and the water elephants and the earth elephants, they started fighting against each other on the mountain tops. Everything is topsy-turvy. There is no rule, regulation. This is impossible, no impossibility. Everything is going topsy-turvy. समुद्र में कोई अनोखी ही शोभा उस समय मालूम होने लगे। उनमें बड़े बड़े पर्वत वनों के समूह तथा अनेक प्राणी डूब रहे थे। All the great mountains and those animals, they were sinking in the ocean water. यानी इस सबका समुद्रों में जमघट हो जाने से कुछ अपूर्व ही शोभा मालूम पड़ रहा था तथा उड़ रहे उत्तम मृत हाथियों के फूले हुए शरीर रूपी नगारे समुद्र अपना तरंग में बजा रहे थे. Great elephants were dead and were flying in the dead bodies flying in the sky. They were falling in the ocean water, and the water was looking little beautiful. As if the waves were playing drum by falling up all these rotten elephant bodies. असुरों से पातालों के सदृश सारे समुद्र प्रलयकारी तरंगों से व्याकुल हो उठे. यों सागरों के विक्षोभ के अनंतर उन समुद्रों में तैर रहे मृतक दिग्गजों की सूंड के आगे के भाग से एक विलक्षण ध्वनि सुनाई पड़ने लगा. वह ध्वनि विलक्षण थी. पाताल तल रूप तालु के भीतर विदारण हो जाने से वह ध्वनि मिलकर जोर पकड़ रही थी. यानी घन थी. फिर पृथ्वी को बराबर जकड़ रखने के लिए स्थापित हुए महापर्वत आदि किले हिल गए और एक क्षण में अपने स्थान से च्युत हो गए. अनंतर क्षण भर में चंचल महासमुद्र के तरंगों से हिलाई गई वह पृथ्वी ऐसे प्रतीत होने लगे जैसे चंचल सवाल की लता हो. The whole earth was trembling and there was complete agitation in the ocean water. Everything was going topsy-turvy. इसके बाद प्रलयकारी मेघों के शब्दों से विलक्षण आडंबरों से युक्त होकर अंतरिक्ष मानो गिरने लगा और दिशाओं को प्रतिध्वनि के शब्दों से तोड़ने फोड़ने लगा. And then started raining the great clouds. Sambartak, they say Sambartak Megh. They were raining profusely without stop, and everywhere there was sound, and as if all the directions were going to fall down. The sky was going to fall down. It appeared like that. आकाश मंडल से आवर्तों की गोलाई के सदृश वर्तुलाकार उत्पातजनक धूमकेतु गिरने लगे. उनका वर्ण सुवर्ण रत्न मोती एवं सिंदूर वर्ण के सांपों के सदृश थे. Some comets from the sky started falling in the ocean, and they were dazzling in different colors, दिशा तटों को दग्ध करने वाली तथा चंचल ज्वाला रूप जटाओं के आरोप से युक्त अनेक प्रकार की उत्पातों की पंक्तियां दिशाओं से, आकाश से एवं पृथ्वी से आने लगी। Everywhere there was a kind of atmosphere full of terror and fear. भद्रा, मैंने पहले जिन ब्रह्मा जी का वर्णन किया था, क्या है, उन्होंने जब अपना विधारण संकल्प उपसंहार किया, तब उपेक्षित असुर आदि एवं पृथ्वी आदि दोनों तरह के भी महाभूत सब और विक्षुब्ध हो उठे। Vasistha is telling, O Ram, when the creator Brahma of that creation withdraw his mind from the creation and sat thoughtlessly, naturally all those creatures, whatever was there as the creation, everything was disturbed and all the natural rules and regulations were broken and everything was disturbed. The truth we can take from here, as long as the creator Brahma is awake and he goes on thinking, then his thoughts they take forms, and that is called creation. And when he sits idly, withdrawing all his thoughts and sitting calmly in samadhi, then all these names and forms of the creation will slowly disappear. That is what he is explaining. चंद्र, सूर्य, वायु, इंद्र, अग्नि एवं जम, ये सब बड़े बड़े कोलाहल से ग्रस्त हो गए। All the gods, they were shouting. उनका अधिकार प्रभाव ब्रह्मलोक में मिल गया। Whatever power they had, it was lost and it disappeared in the Brahmalok, where Brahma was in samadhi. वे अपने अपने स्थान से च्युत होने लगे. So all those gods, they got deprived of all their powers, so they were nowhere. भूकंपनों से कटकट शब्द के साथ वृक्षों के समूह गिरने लगे और अनेक तरह के झूलों के सदृश आंदोलन की गतियां पर्वतों को अनुभूत होने लगे। भूकंप के कारण कैलाश, सुमेरु और मंदर की कंदराओं में भारी चंचलता पैदा हो गई और कल्पवृक्ष से रक्त रूप पुष्पगुच्छे की वृष्टि होने लगी। Generally, we know the will-fulfilling trees, kalpavriksha. They provide you whatever you wish. Everything is then and there available to you. But he says, now those trees, they instead of providing you your wills, whatever your needs, the trees were giving only blood. Blood means everything was disturbed. हे श्री राम जी, लोकांतर पर्वत नगर समुद्र अरण्य यह सब जगत पूर्ण समुद्र में उत्पात युक्त कल्प पवन के बहने से एक दूसरे से टक्कर खा रहे मनुष्यों के कोलाहल से ऐसे शीर्ण विशीर्ण हो गया जैसे रुद्रगण की अग्नि के दाह से चारों ओर से गिर रहा त्रिपुर नगर दैत्य समूह छिन्न भिन्न हो गए थे। एवरीथिंग वाज गेटिंग डिस्टर्ब। इसी प्रकार 71 सर्ग का समाप्त हुआ। इन दिस वे द 71st chapter is over, explaining how the dissolution started. Dissolution means everything, every name and form, whatever constitutes the whole creation, everything was out of control, out of rules and regulations. So everything was confusing and disturbed and whatever you can imagine. Nothing was in order or in harmony. Everything. Now we shall see this 72nd. ब्रह्मा जी के प्राणाग्नि रोध से वायु के क्षय का और प्रसंगवश पूछी गई विराट की स्थिति का वर्णन। In this chapter we shall see when the thought waves were withdrawn by the Creator, all these names and forms were disturbed, and slowly everything started disappearing and striking against each other and breaking and getting everything disordered. Now, when he withdraws his prana, then what happens? When he withdraws his thoughts, then this happened. And when he will withdraw his prana, the vital energy, then what will happen we shall see in it. वशिष्ठ जी ने कहा, भद्र, तदनंतर जब विराट स्वरूप ब्रह्मा जी ने अपनी प्राणवायुओं का निरोध किया, तब वातस्कंध नाम से स्थित आकाश में उत्पन्न वायु ने अपनी ग्रह नक्षत्र आदि को धारण करने की मर्यादा छोड़ दी। When he withdrew his breath, because he was going to enter into samadhi. So naturally his breath system will stop. He will not breathe. So what will happen? His prana is universal prana. So everything will go on in order as long as he is breathing properly. If he has got heart attack or he stops his breathing, then the whole universe, the air principle will be disturbed. Everything will be disturbed. That is what he is telling. So, all these stars and planets and sub-planets, whatever is there in the sky, everything got disturbed. वे वातस्कंद नाम से स्थित जो वायु ही विराट रूप के प्राण हैं, इसीलिए जब उसका उन्होंने उपसंहार ही कर दिया, तब उन्हें छोड़कर सूक्ष्म भूतों को धारण करने वाली मर्यादा की ग्रह मंडल में कौन रख सकता है? वायु अगर नहीं है तो फिर ये संसार क्या होगा, समझो ऐसे ही होने लग गया। इसी हेतु से ब्रह्मा जी ने जब प्राण वायु रूप वातस्कंद का अपने में उपसंहार करना आरंभ किया, तभी साथ साथ उपसंहार से एक बन जाने के लिए पूर्वोक्त मर्यादाओं का त्याग कर ग्रह आदि क्षोभ उत्पन्न हो गया, ग्रह आदि में क्षोभ उत्पन्न हो गया। और क्षोभ के कारण जैसे वायु बहने के समय अग्निदाह होने पर अंगारे गिरते हैं, वैसे ही निराधार होकर आकाश मंडल से तारे भूमि पर टूटकर गिरने लगे। इनकी शोभा वृक्ष से गिरे हुए फूलों की सी प्रतीत हो रही थी। ग्रह नक्षत्र सब गिर रहे थे, जैसे पेड़ों से सब फूल गिर रहे, ऐसे ही लग रहे थे। उदाहरण देखो कैसे all the stars and planets, they were just being without control, they were falling here and there. इस भूखंड में जो पुण्य फल कमाया जाता है, उसको भोगने के लिए स्थान एक विमान है। इन विमानों का उपभोग करने के कारणभूत कर्म रूप मूल काल विपाक से कट गया और आधारभूत पवन के शांत हो जाने से वे टूटकर आकाश से गिर जाने लगे। इसको कैसे क्या बोलना है, अब गिर रहा है। Everything was falling over each other, because there was no any natural rules. Everything was disturbed. ब्रह्मा जी का सत्संकल्प रूप ईंधन जब प्रलयोन्मुख हो गया, तब दीप्त ज्योतियों के सदृश सिद्धों के गतियां सिद्धियां भी शांत हो गई। खेचर आदि सिद्धियां विनाश एवं तुच्छ हैं। इसको सूचित करते हुए कहते हैं, जब अपनी शक्ति का विनाश हो गया तब प्रलय के पवनों से छोटे तूल के सदृश आकाश मंडल में उड़ती हुई शब्दोच्चारण में भी असमर्थ सिद्धों की पंक्तियां आकाश से गिरने लगे। कल्पवृक्षों के समुद्र इंद्र आदि के साथ उनके नगर और भूकंप से चंचल हुए सुमेरु पर्वत के शिखर गिरने लगे। The mountain tops, they were sinking down, and all those heavenly bodies, because there was no rules and regulation, that means nothing was in order, so everything was disordered, everything was dashing against each other and getting destroyed. कल्पवृक्षों के समूह इंद्र आदि के साथ अनेक नगर और भूकंप से चंचल हुए सुमेरु पर्वत के शिखर गिरने लगे। All the mountains were getting destroyed. श्री राम जी पूछते हैं, ब्रह्मा जी की स्थूल देह तो ब्रह्मांड रूप विराट है। इस विराट शरीर के भीतर सत्यलोक निवासी चतुर्मुख देव तो उसे विराट के मन से कल्पित एक प्रातिभाषिक रूप है। यह चार मुख वाली देह ब्रह्मा जी की स्थूल देह नहीं मानी जा सकती, क्योंकि ऐसा मानने पर तो उसकी स्थिति विराट देह के भीतर हो नहीं सकता। आज तक किसी की भी स्थूल देह में दूसरे स्थूल देह देखी या सुनी नहीं गई। इसीलिए इस स्थिति में प्रातिभाषिक मानसिक चतुर्मुख देह में जो एक तरह से स्वप्न सा है, प्राणों के उपसंहार से विराट देह के स्तंभक प्राण स्थानीय वायु आदि का विनाश कैसे हो सकता है? क्योंकि स्वप्न देह में प्राणों उपसंहार से मरण दिखाई देने पर जागृत शरीर में प्राण का उपसंहार होकर किसी भी मनुष्य की स्थूल देह का विनाश नहीं देखा जाता। इस आशय से श्री राम जी आशंका करते पूछते हैं। Now Ram ji is asking some question, of course, worth asking. Is bringing some point we have to discuss seriously. Of course, all these dissolution, everything is dissolution means disordered. All the natural laws were disturbed, so everything is disturbed. Whole creation was disturbed. So now Ramji is asking some question to Vasistha ji. You see, we have how many bodies? We have some gross body, and gross body inhales and exhales, and we have the subtle body also. Subtle body is inside the gross body. The subtle body, of course, is more subtle. That's why it is all pervading in the gross body. But yet it has the center inside, which is subtlemost. Just as we see, we have the gross body which we see, which is perceived by the senses. It can be touched, it can be seen as a form, and it can be dealt with. We can have relation, gross relation with this gross body, but subtle body we know is all the subtle parts of the gross body. So naturally all these 5 elements, sky and air, fire, water and earth, the subtlemost part of all these 5 elements, and the mind, fourfold mind, and the energy prana and the senses. In this way, eightfold body, which is known as carrying body, which has all the impressions of the actions done by the gross body or mind or senses. Everything is there in the subtle body. That means the subconscious mind is there in the subtle body. So when the gross body dies, it stops inhaling and exhaling. What happens to the air principle? Prana. Prana is all pervading in the whole universe as gross, and it has got also the subtle part. So Brahma also has similarly different bodies. Brahma's gross body is the whole universe. The body is universe, gross body, where all these 5 gross elements and all other objects are there. And as long as Brahma goes on thinking, all those thoughts, they manifest in a form and name, and that becomes the whole gross body of the Creator. Universal being means he is the total being. And Brahma will have also the subtle body within the gross body. He says, gross body cannot have 4 faces. Brahma has got 4 heads. Isn't it? That means he is all pervading. But Ramji says, if you say 4 heads only, it cannot hold the whole universe. As a big, endless entity, it cannot be in 4 heads. So this 4-headed Brahma should be the inner subtle body. When the gross body dies, the subtle body never dies. Subtle body has the subtle prana and all those subtle aspects inside. So when the gross body dies, the subtle body gives up this gross body and according to its karma, nature of karma, the subtle body travels in the subtle realms, subtle world. This is what we see in our day-to-day life, isn't it? So Ramji is asking when Brahma withdraw his breath, what happened? Of course, the outward world may be destroyed. So does it mean the gross body of Brahma also gets destroyed? Or what happens then to his subtle body? What happens to gross body, subtle body and everything in detail at the time of dissolution? That is what he is asking. श्री राम जी ने कहा, गुरुवर चतुर्मुख ब्रह्मा जी तो चित्ती के संकल्प स्वरूप मन है. He is asking the creator's body, which is made up of the subtlemost ideas of the supreme power, Chitti, and the body of Brahma, the creator, is built out of the subtler vasanas of Chitti, the supreme power. Power means we must understand when the shadow or reflection of the absolute is seen in absolute itself. That reflection is taken as the ego, universal ego. And as long as it remains steady, that is known as the supreme power, which is not working now. Just as the future trees in the small seed, it is there, but it is not in action. Similarly, when that fast reflection in the absolute, because it is transparent, pure, so its dazzling power creates something as reflection, and that is what we know as the universal ego. So that ego, of course, there is little complicacy. Whether that ego is taken as the supreme power or supreme or universal body, what is that? When it will start moving, there will be movement. Then it is called power. If it is steady, it is a body. So that universal body, which is nothing but universal ego, that is the subtlemost body of the Creator. And it is not different from the Supreme Power. Power, when it is stagnant, that body is the supreme, universal body. When it starts moving, that means when it gets disturbed, gets moving, that means one becomes many. Then that manyness process is known as the supreme power. So power and power holder, they are not different from each other. Got the point?
Sorry, but why do we need to make the distinction between power and power holder?
Ramji is asking, when the thoughts and the prana is withdrawn, then the creation is going to be dissolved. But is it happening only in gross state or in the subtle state also? That is the question. When he withdraws his breathing system, then all these sky, whatever forms and names as the stars and planets, etc., are seen in the sky, they get disturbed because it is full of energy. When energy is withdrawn, then everything is disturbed. There is no rules, regulation, nothing is there. So Ramji's question is, what happened to Brahma's subtle body? Is there the solution inside also? That is the question. श्री राम जी ने कहा, गुरुवर चतुर्मुख ब्रह्मा जी तो चित्ती के संकल्प स्वरूप मन है. The universal mind is the body of the Creator. और वे विराट एवं ब्रह्मांड शरीर है. He is called the greatest, and his body is nothing but the universal body, all-pervading body, which holds all these names and forms within it. That is the body of the Creator. यह बात प्रसिद्ध है, we know all this. इस संकल्प स्वरूप चतुर्मुख के भूलोक आदि अवयव ही नहीं हो सकते, क्योंकि अमूर्त निराकार मन के साकार अंक नहीं होते. यदि होते हैं तो भूलोक कौन सा अंक है, स्वर्ग कौन सा अंग है, एवं रसातल कौन सा अंग है. We have some ideas about this creation, different levels of existence, gross existence. So 7 layers above and 7 layers down, 14 layers, 14 local. So the Ram's question was, how is the body of the Brahma? What all parts of the body are called all these different layers, different existence, all these. Ramji is asking. हे ब्रह्मन, यदि यह मान लिया जाए कि चतुर्मुख साकार है, तो अल्पनाप वाले ब्रह्मा जी के ये अति विस्तृत पृथ्वी आदि अंग बनकर कैसे स्थित हो सकते हैं? यदि कहें कि ब्रह्मा भी अति विस्तृत है, तब वे अपने ही शरीर रूप इस ब्रह्मांड के अंदर सत्यलोक में कैसे रह सकते हैं? Some silly questions. You see, we can say it is silly question because we have different ideas about the Creator, how his mind will be working, how his body will be there, whether it is gross body or subtle body, well, how his four heads are and how his body is. If we hear from different sources that Brahma is the universal body, isn't it? Then universal body means it should hold all the creations within it. That means the body itself has different parts, and those parts we know as different layers of existence, 14 locals. It will be Brahma's body only, isn't it? Of course, all these what we hear from the scriptures or from the great people, yogis and jnanis, all these are only, we have to take, all these are only thoughts, isn't it? Why should we forget that first of all in the Absolute there was some imbalanced state which we know as the reflection of the Absolute within itself, just as the curved mirror is reflected inside the mirror. So also the reflection of the Absolute is in the Absolute, and we cannot exactly imagine how that reflection will be, whether it is all-pervading or it is limited or it holds many within it or it spreads out. All these questions we cannot even, it is beyond our imagination. But something we have to hold in the mind. We have to think something. So somebody says the universal body is called Brahma, the Creator. So if it is universal body, then the body should be all-pervading, limitless, isn't it? Is there any limit to our creation? It is limitless. So the body of Brahma also should be limitless. How can we imagine he is sitting on a lotus and he has 4 heads all round, he sees everything. All these are contradictory to each other, isn't it? If it is universal body, then how can we limit the body as 4 heads and so many hands and something and something?
So Swamiji, gross body as well as subtle body both are limitless. But gross body should be limited.
If it is universal body, what do you mean by universal body?
It itself only universal.
Eh?
It itself
Body universal means it cannot be limited and with 4 heads and all these descriptions.
Our body is limited.
We compare everything according to our existence, whatever we see, whatever we know. But when we talk of the universal body and all these facts and figures about the universe, has there any limit for the universe?
No.
So how can you imagine? What can you imagine? That is the question. Always there will be some questions which we have to take something as something. My definition for the world, or say it creation. Something or other is seen as something or other by somebody or other and explained to some or other as something or other at some time or other, somehow or other, and it is understood as the world or other. That is called world. Nothing is clear. Everything is confusing. Because you say our mind also is confusing. And our ideas, whatever we hear from others, whatever we imagine, everything is confusing. So where is the clarity? What when we tell decisively, this is the fact, nothing can be said. So some ideas we can discuss. In the nutshell, we can say there is no Brahma, no creator, no creation. There is no supreme power, nor supreme body, nor universal body, because all these are only reflections and momentary and some confusions. We are an amount of confusion personified. And we want to know the universal body. Our personality is nothing but an amount of confusions taken together and suppressed and formed a body. That is called our personality. Everywhere, every moment, everything is a question mark. Everything is confusing.
If we consider our mind is our own.
Yes, our personal personification is nothing but confusions, some suppressed and given a form. Confusions only. Nothing is clear. So something we have to take for granted.
We are using confusions to remove confusions. Other scriptures are also.
Yes. And finally, we have to accept all these are illusory thoughts only. So, what we are going on discussing, Vasistha also gave the clarity beforehand. He said all these are some subtler thoughts. When he was describing all innumerable creations he saw, all these are only thoughts. So, what can we say? Where is the clarity? राम जी पूछे, हे ब्राह्मण, यदि यह माना जाए कि चतुर्मुख साकार है, the four-headed is personified, if it is taken as this, तो अर्पण आप वाले ब्रह्मा जी के ये अति विस्तृत पृथ्वी आदि अंग बनकर कैसे स्थित हो सकता है? If Brahma ji is four-headed and universal body, we say he has got a body, then how can this earth and other planets, other stars, they can be his body? How big his body will be? What is the limit? अति विस्तृत पृथ्वी आदि अंग बनकर कैसे स्थित हो सकते हैं? यदि कहें कि ब्रह्मा भी अति विस्तृत है, if you say yes, the creator also is so big because his name is Virat, so his body also will be like this. If you say so, तब वे अपने ही शरीर रूपी से ब्रह्मांड के अंदर सत्यलोक में कैसे रह सकते हैं? If his body is so universal, all-pervading body, gross body, then how can he be limitedly staying in a particular lok, which is called Brahmalok? We know Brahmaji stays, he remains all the time in Brahmalok. Just as I live in my ashram, that person, he lives in his home. Everybody has some homes to abide somewhere. So Brahmaji, we hear, he abides in Brahmalok. It is a plane where Brahma and his subordinates, they abide. Of course, it is subtlemost and it is somewhere in the heights because it is subtlemost. So subtler means all pervading. So it will be always all covering also. So that Brahmalok, where Brahmaji abides, that is the subtlemost and the highest. Why highest? High means upward, isn't it? When we say, see the sky, how clear it is. So we see up. Why? Why we always see up? Sky is above us, isn't it? Generally we say we act also accordingly. Look at the sky, you will see up. Why it is so? Is there the sky only above us, not below, not around us? It shows sky is so subtle, it is all pervading. So always it will be all covering, all round covering. So it will be always upward. That's how we see up. So similarly, if Brahma's abode, if it is subtlemost and highest, what does it mean? Is it all pervading? Does it cover up the whole universe? So Brahma is all pervading. Then how can he stay only in some abode, which is imaginarily limited? Isn't it? Some questions like this. So Ramji is asking such question. ब्रह्मांड के अंदर सत्यलोक में कैसे रह सकते हो? How can he live inside?
It is like asking, how can Hriday be here? Right?
Yes, exactly. If I am the body, then I am whole body, then always it is taken, I am inside my heart, I am inside this body. So how that I, is it gross or it is subtle or it is all pervading in the body or it is limited in the heart? Is the heart limited or it is all pervading? Always this is a confusing question and answer also. It is said the heart is nothing but a sky. Sky means it should be all pervading. It cannot be centrified somewhere in a small place, isn't it? We can take just as the center of the circle will be only a dot which holds the whole circle around it. So whether the dot is all pervading or it is centrified, it is limited in the center. How to think? What to think?
वो विष्णु सहस्त्र
Centralized.
सुवर्ण बिंदु बोलते हैं.
Suvarna Bindu, yes, he is the, always it is said he is subtler than subtlemost and grosser than the grossmost and greater than the greatest. So how can you imagine this? Both together, Anuranyan Mahatva Mayan, what idea you have? We accept it. Similarly, Ramji is asking if Brahma is all pervading, Virat, he is greater than the greatest, how he is possibly abides in Satyalok only? It is a small, limited space. This is how the question is, natural question. अपिचा हे भगवान, मेरा व्यक्तिगत निश्चय तो यह है कि यह संकल्प मात्र स्वरूप ब्रह्मा जी निराकार है और यह जगत साकार है. इसीलिए यदि इस विषय में इसमें अन्य कोई दूसरी तरीका हो तो मुझसे कहिए. That's how Ramji is giving his own ideas. He says, I think Brahma's body cannot be gross. It is subtle body. That's how it can remain in a subtle abode, and he has no form. He is formless. Then only he can be all pervading as well as he can abide in Brahmalok. He is formless. He has no form. So Ramji is asking, this is my opinion. Guruji, please explain. Is it like this or something else? Whether Brahmaji is formless or with form. You see, sometimes we discuss, just as Lord Vishnu, he has a body which is all these three worlds. Tribhuvana Bapu's, his body is all these three worlds. So how do you think his body is with some form or without form?
Without form.
Without form.
What do you mean with form?
If it is without form, then how can you say three worlds are his body? Three worlds when you are counting and you are limiting. And you are saying these three worlds is one body and it is Vishnu's body.
That is also unlimited.
All these words have no meaning. Are you getting the point? What do we say? What do we understand? And how we all imagine about all this? If creation is unlimited, the Creator also will be unlimited, who is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. What is the meaning of all these three words? What is the meaning?
Everywhere God is present.
Everywhere means where? Is there any particular anything? You see, we use some words which is, say, limitless or beyond horizon or unlimited or eternal. All these words have no meaning because we cannot think. We give some words to have satisfaction. Yes, it is something. If it is said limitless, how can you think anything? So stop thinking. All these words we use not to think of it. What do you know by horizon? How do you understand what is horizon? Is there any line which can be called as a horizon? In this way, what we think, what we understand, everything is good for nothing.
This is all
Meaningless.
hypothesis, Swami.
Yes.
And we have to prove God is not there. If someone can prove God is not there, then that hypothesis will work. God is there. No one is there to prove it.
That's how they said, neti neti kare vedavi. Neti neti kahe veda pukara. Whatever you say, it is not that. So what to do? What is then that? So that is something which is beyond everything. So don't think of him. Then only we come to our law. Stop your thought waves. Chitta vritti nirodha. Then only we come to chitta vritti nirodha. Because you cannot think of it. So stop thinking. All the great technical authorities, they stand upon this because you cannot think. So stop thinking. Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan, or Chitta Vritti Nirodha, or stopping your breath, or to do nothing means akarma. You are not the doer, you are not the enjoyer, because you are not there. You cannot be the doer. All these stand upon this, because whatever we think, it is meaningless. Our thoughts are clumsy and confusing, elusive like this. So Ramji asks, now Vasistha also, of course, he will reply. Let us see what he is giving answer to him. If Brahmaji is with body and he has 4 heads, he abides in Satyalok, then it will be impossible. And we say he is the creator, all the creation is his thoughts, so he is the whole creation itself. He is all pervading. All pervading means there is no form, formless. Ramji asks, so Vasistha ji replies, अब पहले जो प्रश्न किया गया है कि स्थूल देह मनोमय देह रूप और पृथ्वी आदि उसके अवयव कैसे हैं, इसका अनुभव कराने के लिए मूल वस्तु के दिग्दर्शन द्वारा भूमिका मानते हैं. It is very nice point. So Vasistha ji will go on explaining everything. Whether Brahma is formless or with form, then if it is with form, then how it will be? If it is formless, then how he creates all these? All these questions are always there. हम जो महिम्न करते हैं ना शाम को, we pray in the evening, Mahimna. Mahimna means glories. The glories of Lord Shiva. So, the great god Gandharv Raja, Pushpadanta, there was, you see, in gods, there are different kinds of gods. Gods means they are the controller and holder, operator of subtle departments of the creation. and they are personified with a subtle body, and they are responsible for different aspects of the creation. Say water controlling and supplying all these will be the Indra, and all these wealth. So Kuber will be the responsible man, God. In that way, all the different gods, and in the gods there will be different kinds, just as we have different castes and creeds. Some people will be always taking the aspect of spirituality, so they are called Brahmin. They will always worship, or they will study, and they will teach, and they hold the uh, intellectual part, and you see the spiritual part of the life. They are responsible. Kshatriyas, they should be the protection part of the society is given to some class. In this way, different classes of people we have. In the gods also, similarly, there are different classes of gods. Gandharvas are known as the music parts. Music, entertainment also is a part of life. So gods, they have also dancers and musicians and singers. They have also. So Gandharvas are this part. So there was one Gandharva, man, the group leader of some Gandharvas. He was known as Pushpadanta. His teeth are so beautiful, that's why beautiful teeth God.
It's like flowers
Pushpadanta, flowery. So once they are very, very much bent upon enjoyments, because they are musicians, so they always like to decorate and make fashion, and then they will be singing, dancing. So sometimes he was going somewhere in the sky in his chariot, and because all these Gandharvas, Kinnaras, they are fond of flowers, garlands, and all these fashion. So he was going and he saw down a beautiful garden belonged to some king and full of beautiful flowers. So he came down at night, and though all those watchmen were there, yet this Gandharva, because they have subtle powers, so he became invisible, and he collected all those flowers and went away, and he was enjoying with the beautiful flowers with a good smell, and making garlands and decorating. He enjoyed that night. So next day also he was going. So he thought, there is that garden, let me collect. Nobody can do anything to me. I am not visible to anyone. So It went on for a number of days. So the king had that garden only for worship of Lord Shiva. He was a Shiva devotee and he made that garden and kept all those gardeners and watchmen to provide the king with plenty of flowers every day to worship Lord Shiva. But for a few days he is not getting even a single flower. The king was very much upset and he ordered the gardeners and watchmen, if you cannot catch hold of the thief who is taking away all our flowers, I shall kill you all. You have to. You have to. So, of course, everybody tried their level best. They could not catch anybody because he is invisible. So the ministers are very clever chaps. So one of the ministers gave some plan. See some celestial beings, they are taking away our flowers, we are unable to see them and catch them. So there is a way we can catch them. What to do? Bring all the prasad, nirmal of Shiva, Lord Shiva, whatever water or panchamrit or any leaves or something, whatever is offered to Lord Shiva, it is called the nirmalya. And it should not be misbehaved with. If it falls down and you walk over it, it is a offense. It is called sin. You should respect the prasad. It should not be disrespected. So the minister said and planned and did it, brought some nirmalya of Lord Shiva and spread all over the garden. So anybody comes and tramples down over it, all his power will be deserved. He will be without any power. So let us see who is coming every night. So they did it, and that night, of course, Pushpadanta was taking all those flowers, and he lost his power of invisibility, and he was seen by the watchmen, and they surrounded him, and they tried to catch him and take to the king. But before catching him, he understood my power is gone now and I will be caught by these fellows. So he was very much sorry, and he was also the devotee of Lord Shiva. He didn't know all these flowers were meant for Shiva. He was taking it and enjoying it. So now he was alert, now he was afraid, and he, instead of collecting flowers, he started praying Lord Shiva, because he was also the devotee of Lord Shiva. He started praying Lord Shiva wholeheartedly from his core of the heart, and he glorified Lord Shiva in this prayer. What we sing every day, every evening. Mahimna, glories of Lord Shiva. Oh Shiva, you are like that. So in that verses, he has given very subtle arguments, logics, subtle logics. Oh Lord, some people say you are formless. Some say you have the universal form. Beautiful solutions he has given. Some say you are all-knower, all-pervading. Some said, no, you cannot be so. Then you cannot be personified. Many people, they argue there and they support their ideas, different schools of thoughts. They condemn others and support themselves. In this way, many kinds of theories and all these we hear, but I know, you are there, your presence cannot be denied by any means, and your presence is always sweet, always blissful. So I cannot pray you who will be without form. So I am praying the formed God whose existence is always blissful and who is always protective. That power I pray. So nobody can condemn my prayer. I am eligible to pray as I do. I pray and I accept your presence, which is always blissful, which is always protective and saving. I pray to that aspect. Nobody can condemn me. And whosoever, however you are, but for me, you are this. Let the people say as they like, but I take you as this. So you are my protector, you are my savior. So I pray with your form, not formless. I cannot pray formless. So it is easy to pray your form. I am praying it and nobody can condemn this. If the formless is Almighty, then Almighty means He can take form also. So I am praying your form, which is always blissful and which is full of glories. So he started praying one by one after another stories, how Lord Shiva is great. So he gave the story of Ravan and Banasur and our Nigasira Nakshatra, Sandhya, and Lord Vishnu, how Lord Vishnu got the disc, and all these sorts of how he killed Tripurasur and how he drank all the poison to save the creation and what all he did with form. So he goes on describing one after another. In every stanza there will be story. In short, oh Lord, you are so great. Ganga Avataran, you are so great. That Ganga which covers up the whole earth, that looked just like a drop in your head. From this one can imagine how great you are and what can you not do. All these glories went on praying. So the solution he has given in the prayer, it is worth seeing. The logic. Similarly here, the question comes Brahma, the creator, whether he is with form or without form. This we shall.
Why Brahmaji gets left out? We worship all other gods but not creator Brahma.
So many doubts are there. Why Brahma is not worshipped by everyone? Lord Shiva is worshipped and Vishnu also, but nobody worships Brahma. Why? And that one among Brahma and Vishnu, how they went to see the limit of the effulgent Shivaling and they could not. All these stories are given. Every story is in one verse. Beautifully he has prayed Lord Shiva. In the end, Lord Shiva appeared. He was so much pleased. He took the form and he appeared before it. Don't do such things again. Go back. And he got back his power and flew away. He was not caught by the by the chasers. So he was saved, and then onwards, of course, all the flowers were safeguarded. The king was getting all those flowers. In this way, we have the same question, whether it is not Rama which is asking. Everybody has this question, whether Brahma is, when he is the creator, has he a body? If he has a body, what kind of body he will have? How he will create? You see, creation we see. Creation is seen with some laws. If there is some effect, there will be some cause for the effect. Cause and effect. So, if Brahma is the creator, who is the creator of creator? Brahma. There should be somebody. Nothing can come out of nothing. It should have some previous cause. Then only the effect we see as the world. Who is the cause? If you go on asking, who is the father of Brahma? Who created the creator? There is no answer. Then how can it be supported? How can it be accepted? Such logic is there. We have to answer the question. And there are so many other questions which is never answered. All these are said, Ati Prashna, you should not ask such questions. You should not ask such questions. These questions have no answers. But this is not the satisfactory answer. You have to answer. If there is a question, you have to answer it. So there is no answer for all these. Let us see. Tomorrow we shall see what Vasistha is explaining.
if we can't pray the whole population, it is better to pray a sample and then propagate
Sample.
sample of it.
Correct. Correct. Good businessman. Yes, yes. Vasistha ji will reply tomorrow. And tomorrow will be very nice argument class. For tomorrow also all of us can think what will be the answer to Ramji's question. How will be the creator? Will he have a body? What kind of body? How big, how small, how much powerful? What is his power? Brahma's power. And where from he gets his power? All these are unsolved questions you have to answer tomorrow. Okay? राम जी छेड़ दिए हैं थोड़ा. हाँ जी. वो क्या होगा, वो पत्थर तो टुकड़ा टुकड़ा हो गया, परंतु हमारे लिए समस्या खड़ा कर दिए. तेरी
क्वेश्चन जबरदस्त है.
हाँ, ये खाली ऐसा मत समझो, हल्का में मत लो. पाषाण की कहानी. हाँ जी, कितनी गुह्य रहस्य इसमें छिपा हुआ है. हरि ओम. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. सद्गुरु भगवान की जय. सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय. सदा ब्रह्म की जय. सरस्वती महारानी की जय. जो वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय.